you believe it's time to get ready to go back to school already? It seems like the summer just started. I mean, I'm not necessarily sad, but I bet my kids are kind of sad. I want to keep them happy by feeding them nice, healthy meals all school year long. And I think stir fries are one of the most perfect things to make because you can prep everything in the morning and throw it together at night, and it takes absolutely no time. This chicken and broccoli stir fry only takes about 20 minutes start to finish. The other really great thing about stir fries for me is that they're really high in vegetables. I mean, I feel like every meal should at least have vegetables. Protein, sure. Starch, sure. But vegetables, definitely. So today, what I'm gonna do is start off by cutting 1 head of broccoli in 1-inch florets. It's smaller than I would normally do for steaming them. And I like to use the stem as well. Cut this tough end of the stem off and discard that. You don't need that. And you can use a vegetable peeler to peel your broccoli, but I just take the heel of my knife. I guess it's not a great idea to use a chef knife, so I'll use a paring knife. It's much easier. You do the same thing. You just slide it in and then pull back the tough outside of the broccoli stem. That's not so great to eat, but the inside is delicious and you don't want to throw it away. Once you have your stems peeled, just slice them thinly crosswise. With stir fries, it's good to do everything before you start cooking. That way, when you need to add things, they're right there at your fingertips. I'm gonna make a sauce and I'm gonna add the thickener to the sauce at the same time. The thickener for the sauce is cornstarch. You need a tablespoon. If you don't thicken your sauce, it'll be a little bit watery. If you want it to be more authentic, like a real Chinese food, then you wanna add a little bit of thickener. 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. This sauce has a few ingredients in it, but if you have them on hand, you can make Chinese food whenever you want. So really good basic pantry of Chinese ingredients. This is oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, the unseasoned kind. This rice vinegar is a Japanese rice vinegar, but there's also Chinese rice vinegars out there, and you can use those if you can find them. And then a teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. Toasted sesame oil is the one with the really aromatic, delicious flavor. Regular sesame oil is for cooking with. This is the toasted version, and it's quite strong, which is why I'm only using a teaspoon. So that's your sauce slash thickener. Stir it around to dissolve the cornstarch, and you'll probably need to stir it around again right before you add it because the cornstarch has a tendency to fall to the bottom. Mince 2 cloves of garlic. Mince these garlic cloves up. The base for most stir fries, or at least most stir fries I've made and what I learned in culinary school, GGS, ginger garlic scallion. If you start with ginger, garlic, and scallion as your flavor base for a dish, it'll always have a semi-Chinese flavor. Okay, 2 cloves of garlic minced. That's about a tablespoon. This is a big piece of ginger. You need about 3 tablespoons. I think this is probably going to be 3 tablespoons. Peel it. It's very refreshing smelling in here. And ginger has a high waftability factor too. I never really thought about it that way, but it does. Basil, you're not alone. You don't corner the market on waftability, okay, Basil? Back off. Slice the ginger across the fibers into discs. Then stack up those discs. I'm gonna make like 2 or 3 piles. You don't want them too high. You don't want them leaning towers of discs. Cut them into little strips. Every time you're cutting across these fibers, you're getting rid of fibrousness. Ginger can be very fibery if you cut it the wrong way. And then cut the strips across into the mince. My G and G of GGS are ready. I just need to get my S, which is scallions. I have 2 scallions. 2 scallions sliced. I like to use the whole thing, and I'm ready to cook. This can wait over here while I get my chicken cooking. I have a wok heating here. If you don't have a wok and you have a cast iron skillet, that's the perfect thing to do stir fries in. Use the largest one that you have. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of neutral oil, like a safflower oil, and then 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken thighs cut into strips. The thighs work really well in stir fries because they don't dry out, but you can certainly use breast if that's your preference. Very hot. You might need to step back, and then you just want to cook your chicken until it gets a little bit golden brown on one side. That could take 10 minutes, but my pan is so hot, I don't think it's going to. Stir it around. That was only like 2 minutes. You don't want to overcook it, so just give it a stir. can press it against the side of the pan for further browning. And at this point, when it's about halfway cooked, you can add your ginger garlic scallion. I don't like to add those at first because they'll burn if you add them too soon. So I like to start my cooking and then add them. Broccoli goes in too. Stir it around, start getting it nice and aromatic. The great thing about a wok is that the sides get hot so you can cook on the sides and you get lots of surface area. You want to cook this stir-frying or stirring as you go along until the broccoli turns bright green. And then just to finish it off and make sure that it gets nice and tender, you add a 1/4 cup of water. You basically want your pan hot enough that when you add your water, it boils up really quickly and steams your broccoli. And now finally add your sauce. It's gonna coat everything, thicken a little bit, delicious flavor. Evenly distribute it. Scrape the bowl out, because some of that thickener might be on the bottom. I gave it a stir first, of course. And then stir to coat. At this point, you're basically done. You can turn the heat off, probably, and it's finished. I make this all the time at home. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but if you do, you would have seen this. So delicious. I have some rice over here. I'm gonna plate some because I'm hungry. A little bit of cooked rice. You can cook your rice ahead of time. Stir fry actually reheats quite well in the microwave, so if you wanted to make the entire thing in the morning, like I often do, you can completely do that. Or prep in the morning, finish at night, your choice. I love to cook in the morning. That means when I get home at night and I want to have dinner, it can be on the table in a matter of 1 minute and 20 seconds in the microwave. It's delicious, it's kid friendly, it's back to school friendly, it's you friendly. Chicken and broccoli stir fry for dinner tonight. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click here if you want to subscribe and click over here if you want to continue watching more great videos like this.